show you my track record, I would gladly show you these things. But that means if I show you every single thing, uh, the initial XX amount you're supposed to pay, I'll double it times two. And it was like, why would I say so and all? And I said, no, it's just basically someone referred you to me. You've seen the person results, okay? You've seen the person results. You've seen this person do figures, and the person told you they were stuck by me, and you still want to see my own results. I was wondering, like, okay, that's the height of it because everybody wants to literally see you cash out. Okay, everybody literally wants to see you live that life, even if it's fake or real. And then the person asked me a question which I find very, very offensive. He said something is, "Are you a Christian?" And I couldn't really get vexed. I couldn't really get vexed. I couldn't really say no. I couldn't really say yes. I just told him my religion doesn't concern the business I do, basically. And this is just the reaction or the view everybody gives to this space. If you're not, and this is why this is another thing, Daddy. This is another thing. You see, the truth is, 90% of people who fall victim to scam in this space fall victim to scam because of these reasons. Somebody tells you right now, shows you results from possibly last year or early of this year bull run that happened, posted it on the status and said, there's another coin that is going to do 100%, pay 10K for it. You see, people will rush to it. Post a few videos of you kabashing. Post a few videos of you praying. Post a few videos of Apostle Joshua Selma and post a product after. People will buy from you because they believe you're a Christian. And that's not the whole idea of the product. The product is to actually get you closer to your goal, which is to like become profitable. But this is basically a story for another day. Bitcoin is my concern today. Okay, I have something about the ETF fund. And somebody said Bitcoin is pumping because of the ETF fund. The truth is, Bitcoin is not pumping because of that ETF fund. Okay, that's one simple truth. Why? Why? The answer is to push Bitcoin. I feel prime pressure from Grayscale and other ways is what's literally pushing Bitcoin. When Grayscale buys, Bitcoin tends to dump. Okay, when Grayscale buys, Bitcoin tends to dump. So I feel if that is the reaction towards every single time Grayscale buys, we should see a dump soon. Plus, seasonal tendencies actually puts this aligned together. I wish I could share my WhatsApp. Okay, I have to look for it and share. Okay, it is worth sharing. It's worth sharing. Okay, it is basically worth sharing. I'm not a fan of crypto, but I likely put my money there when I have the opportunity. So coming BTC. Let me search for it on my mobile phone. I made sure I spoke about it a lot.
The financial markets have a lot of things that actually drags a
lot of things. Okay. Let me see if I can find it on my WhatsApp.
Some of them can be very funny, some of them can be very absurd. But at the end of the day, the market is very boring. So we need all these things to actually entertain us every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
We get news of this person was scammed, that person this. You see people, instead of being sympathetic and emotional, you see everybody laughing. Like, because it's gotten to a point where there are some childish scams and childish things that they do that no, now you're not supposed to fall for this one. Now you don't supposed not pass this level. You get that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it's just we've matured a lot actually, considering where we're coming from. We don't try. The problem is Nigerians never listen, and even when they know something is very unlikely to be legit, we just have to try it and see. If not, Ponzi schemes should not still be eating Nigerians' money for now, but
at all. Ponzi scheme shouldn't be eating into our pockets. As
we know, or we
know
like,
what it has done in the past.
Let me cash out before other people.
Let me cash out before other people know what it is up. that kind of energy. But it literally takes nobody nowhere. It literally takes nobody nowhere. That's just the truth. Okay, so Lake said something. A BTC rally never ends with a double top. It always blows off the top. My take is we are too near 88. You might consolidate the deal. Well, I agree with you, Lake, though. I so much agree with you. Okay? I don't get beards. I'm very good. I didn't learn work now. I didn't find work.
BTC, we always make a higher high or a lower high. So when we start to form lower highs, the bear market will start to sink in. Bear, have no fear, have no mistake. That bear market is going to come. It's not if, it's when. Okay, and from experience, the entire cryptocurrency market has had no problem dropping 70, 80, 90% when the bear market.
It's normal. It's normal. It's normal.
Basically, when you're checking the historical facts of how much the market pumps, it actually do you good to check how much the market dumps when it dumps. Okay, very important.
Basically, this reminds me of 2 months ago at work. I held a webinar on the bear market, and based on my research, I saw bear markets are basically declines below 20%. Then I related it to the crypto market. Yes, I now related it. I now related it to the crypto market. I was like, oh, this market will be big. This market will be big. Oh, good. So, do you mind giving me access to share my screen?
So standard financial markets theories that don't actually apply to cryptocurrencies. That's actually one of them.
One big fact.
You can actually, the market can drop 50% and we'll still be in a bull market.
True.
Go ahead with it.
Okay, so I wanted to give the where I basically fucked up. Okay, so let me share this screen first. Okay, so I've been literally looking for shorts. Basically, I've been looking for shorts on Bitcoin all this while. Now let me share the fuck up. The fuck up was I was not even paying attention to what I said earlier. Okay, what I said earlier in September, which is basically me explaining to a few folks about Bitcoin, and I said so. I took out time to.
The secret about to cash out to my account. These secrets are keeping to yourself.
So I said on the group. So I took out time this morning to check into seasonal tendencies more, and I opted for Bitcoin seasonal tendencies. And boy, oh boy, I saw things. 90% of the seasonal tendency chart I checked and broke down advised longs on Bitcoin in October. And let's look at October. Let me go back to the charts, okay? So after that, I said something, and I took out time to research on the valued coins on the Solana ecosystem and Polkadot ecosystem. 2 coins caught my attention, okay? GRT and RAM. And I told them in September that I'll be investing 50% of every single thing I earned into these coins, okay? So let me go back to Bitcoin chart. Let me show you guys something. When did this pump basically kick off? This was on the 2nd of October, for God's sake. This was on the 2nd of October. So the pump basically kicked off in October. Now, the idea was, if I had paid more attention to the fact that I said something in September, I would have been safe. Oh, well, I still got our break even right here. So I was basically safe. I would have capitalized on, possibly place the future straight on this whole long.
Now, should I shock you? Do you know the reason why you did not take it seriously?
Yeah, please let me know why I didn't take it seriously. I want to know why I never took it seriously.
Now, there's, like you said, you had a research that morning, right?
Yeah.
Now, when we run a research, we are mostly guessing, maybe, probably, we're testing out a new theory, something we're not consistently using yet. We are in uncharted waters, right? You're just testing it out. You just discovered a new theory and you're putting it to the test, trying to see how it actually works. and how best you can actually go about it. So even after that point, you make a prediction. Even you yourself will not take it seriously because it's highly mostly guessing and not your usual kind of guessing. You know, the entire
Very,
trading
very true.
thing is based on what guessing. But the difference is the method you're used to guessing with consistently also matters. So when you're testing out a new
True.
theory, you're in uncharted waters that you don't trust. So as at that
Hmm.
point, you will not wholeheartedly just um lay on the prediction. I've actually been there severally, and I know this is just how we just keep going. I never said played out text, but I don't have proofs to back it up. That's one of the fucked up parts of fundamental analysis.
Analysis.
You can have
Yeah.
all data,
Yeah.
you predict ahead, sentiment, all that, but you don't have enough to click that buy trade yet. Because when you look at your chart, you're seeing completely different emotions. The market moving in
True.
one way or the other. But then you are trying to rely on something completely different now to tell you just buy and hold in October. When in October? Do I know if the market is going
When
to dump?
exactly when in October, that was it. When in October, I feel this fundamental perspective relating it to macro technicals. I remember then in 2020 when I was having issues with fundamental analysis, and I told you I wanted to learn fundamental analysis when you told me to do a few things, which was research on like how fundamental analysis was structured. Now, the thing is, I've come to understand it's never been about this news we get regularly. It's never been about the news we get regularly. It has always been about the reaction from the perspective of that financial instrument, what everybody's thinking. Then, what everybody's thinking, a news comes in to now trigger that, that like a short-term news comes to now like it starts the whole thing. So it has always been more of reaction based on levels that comes in alignment to the fundamentals. It's
Fundamental
more like
analysis
saying
is one of these just annoying things that I use when you're trying to decide what to invest in. Unlike technical
very,
analysis,
very,
it
very, very
provides no
annoying. Very,
risk
very, very
measure,
annoying. It's more like saying
no
fundamental
back.
analysis or news.
There's just hopes and dreams, and if you're not careful, your fingers will get burned.
People collect. That's just it. And you see, it's very, very, it's very, very common that people tend to.
Hello? Okay, since Theo is having network issues. All right. So it's actually very common, these emotional
Also
issues
now,
that
I see
it's
this
actually
also.
hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Please go ahead. If you can hear us, please drop a yes in the chat box. Also, if you've got thoughts, sentiments.
Okay, can hear you better now. All right. So trading the financial markets will always be covered in possibilities and a lot of guesswork, something that is going to keep us on our toes, something that's going to keep us on our feet. That we have to keep guessing, predicting, being confused. Confusion is a very valuable tool. Strategic confusion. Because if there's no confusion, I want to make mistake. The
If there's
financial
no
markets
confusion, How do you want to make money also?
Because we get confused and then we make wrong decisions and then make right decisions and then we just keep the circle going over and over and over and over and over again. That's how the market works. If there's no confusion, there can be no profit, there can be no loss. The market will not survive. It's just going to be one giant Ponzi scheme. Confusion is very important, especially in the market. So when I hear people talk about manipulation, take the Bitcoin pump now, for example. It's going up now. Nobody will ever complain of manipulation when it is pumping because it's giving them profit. When it is pumping, it is God's work. If it's going up, it's God's work. God is blessing his children for all the hard labor that they have been holding the coin for so long. But when it starts to dump now, it's manipulation. They are manipulating the market, that's why it is dumping. So you just want it to be going up and not come down. I don't understand you want it going.
I want to run now. I want to run now.
You want to run now.
I've seen a lot of people like switch biases real quick. It's going to 20K, and I see the same person posting it's going to 100K today. Bro, so how you take reason now? How you run now? How you come out for 20K? How you come out to 100K? You don't skip like 6 or 5 figures. You don't feel, don't be so now, bro.
I've been seeing people talk about Bitcoin will never come down to 10,000. Other people are it's not going to come down to 20,000.
They are forgetting the potential of the market itself.
They're just time. You're talking about this thing at the wrong time. Did they tell the uptrend you asked me this is the last lap because we try this again for the bull aspect, yeah? I'm not trying to be too certain, but it's very unlikely that we will have the strength to go another leg. There's another strong uptrend. After we have a full correction, and then we'll start another leg. It's very unlikely that that is going to happen. So if you ask me, I think this is the last leg we're going to see for a bull market for a while. Now we all know how tedious a bear market is. We've had a bull market for what, give or take a year now. The bear market is going to last 2-3 times that long.
Yeah, it's not just going to that long.
Flash. So if this one is going to drop back to 10,000, which is very, very possible, it's not going to happen tomorrow. So I want to discuss myself. You wake up one day and you see yourself. Yeah.
You wake up one day and you cry.
Because when it's there, you'll be confused as to we need to continue dropping low because see one thing we do, we like buying the bottom.
Yeah.
We like buying the bottom. If you buy at $4,500, you buy at $3,500. You are still buying very cheap, but not lie. You see that $1,000. You see they will calculate how many Bitcoin they still would have gotten for them, and everybody will say, let me just wait. And then you end up buying at a higher price.
True.
When Bitcoin got to 3.5 again, all of us are like, it's going to get down to 2.5. Let's wait for 2.5. Let's not risk buying here to come down to 2.5. And so they wait till they wait till today. So when it comes back down, it could possibly still go back lower. When we think it's not going to drop below a certain point, it's going to surprise us. When we think it cannot go above a certain point, it will shock us. That's the market for us. If it does as we expect all the time, nobody's going to be losing money, nobody will be making money. It has to confuse us. If we're expecting it not to go above a certain point and it does, we will see more people rushing into the market so that they don't miss out.
Even more, yeah.
It is dumping and don't expect it to go below a certain support. Once it does that, you will see people selling and the market will recycle again. That confusion will kick in and we'll start a new cycle. So if all these things don't happen, the market is not going to be fun in the first place. Plus, it's not even going to work, right? So don't stress yourself too much.
What you said now reminded me of something that happened last December, boss, when we were running that OKX signal group together last December, where people were talking about it's a bull market, it's a bull season, where someone was asking on the group that what coin should he buy when he knows it's a bull season? And I told the person, see, the market is very, very reaction based. But the simple truth or the facts that comes with it is the fact that you basically need to have a paradigm shift and trade from a higher self intuition. You see, if a lot of people talk, market is going bullish, market is going bullish, market is going bullish, you would basically put your money on the line for the bulls. If majority of people talk about the market is going bullish, you basically short the market. And I feel it's more reaction based, which is normal. Rather, it should be like from a higher self of intuition trading, like a higher self intuition trading. Just your stuff, a bit of sentiment from the outside is fine, but still stick to your word. There's something I always do. I'll tell you guys. You see, before I analyze any of the financial instrument I trade, I understand what one financial instrument is doing, then I take it to the rest. If they don't align, I would never place a trade. Not at all. This week, I only traded gold and it triggered my entry, the market's closed. Triggered my entry doesn't mean I have to close. I'm waiting for what the market is do next week. And I still have a proper stop loss. I saw someone saying gold is going to dump more. Bro, truth is, it's my bias. Okay, it's my own bias. Sharing yours doesn't hurt. Don't try to convince me or don't try to make me get the reason to get subscribed to your thoughts. Okay, you see, subscription or subscribing to people's thoughts in the financial market is very, very common. Okay, but the truth is, what is crucial is that you must be able to have a sentiment for your plan or against your plan. Basically, what is your sentiment for your plan and sentiment against your plan? A take profit and a stop loss. Those are your two targets in the market. A take profit and a stop loss. If them like, make the talk say the moon go heaven. I know my take profit, I know my stop loss. Once you understand these little things, you basically escape to the possible versus the probable. You basically escape that level. Okay, you basically escape that level.
Hey, having a strong conviction is very important as a trader, because if you cannot be fully convicted as to what you want, where you want to enter, where you want to exit the market, if your decision gets swayed easily, trading will hard you, because you're going to be very, very indecisive a lot when you trade the market. You won't be sure what you want, so you're just going to be up and about. So yeah. So having
up and about for no reason
is very important to help you trade better.
So up and about for zero reason.
Cryptocurrencies, which tokens are you guys looking at? Could you drop your tokens in the chat box?
Let's take a look at it.
Looking at see how we can help our tokens.
You just drop your coins. Also, the forex market, I'm open to taking thoughts. Okay, I'm open to taking financial instruments to check. Let's see what the new week has for us. Okay, drop your thoughts in the chat box. Let's go. Okay. Also, while you're dropping your thoughts, let me say something from someone I look up to. It basically goes this way. It's very, very crucial as a trader to understand that efficiency in trading comes by way of process-oriented thinking. I've been saying this a lot of times. Efficiency in trading comes by way of process-oriented thinking. It's not just by a way of reactionary or impulsive thinking. I used to say something before. Then I used to say something. And if you are my student and on this call, can you remind me something reaction? Oh Oh, good. I'm trying to remember the word. I don't use it anymore because I feel it's outdated based on how I've grown in knowledge. I don't use it anymore. Something reaction and wow, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. It's not it's not rejection equals to reversal. No, something else. I know that's what somebody might likely say. I think I've used it in one of my YouTube videos. Okay, but I'm trying to remember the word. It is no more reaction based or impulsive thinking based or rushing towards trading a signal prematurely. It's now more of a process oriented thinking because I want to be in tandem, I want to be in alignment with every single trade I place. There's a difference being in tandem with every single trade you place and placing a trade. Some people just place trades, no journal, no nothing. They just place trades and nothing is done. Okay, so let's take a look at TWT. So I'm looking for a few structures on crypto markets these days. Yes, TT. I'm looking for a few structures on the markets these days. Like those structures are what I'll be looking. Yes, like this is one of the structure I'm looking at right here. This is one of the structure I'm looking at. So this is TWT. If I'll be buying TWT, basically, I want to buy from this level. Like I want to buy from this level. That's if it goes to this level. Okay. So basically, this is support. Everybody say this is support, right? But basically, the way I trade is to look at this and understand that price was caught up in a trading range. This low right there, and this high. Okay, it's like the trading range before we had a breakout. Okay, we had a breakout, which is basically a break a market structure. Okay, we had a break a market structure. So price coming down a bit will just be discounted for more higher prices, more premium prices. So literally, I'll be looking for buying opportunities around this area right there. Because also, if you try to add your fees to it, adding your fees to it will basically give us more. And yeah, we have it a bit below the 79% fee level. If we use the wicks and not the bodies, we will gladly see that it's still below the 79% fee level, relatively close. Price still has business, so we have imbalance in price, right? We need price to like deliver fully to this area for a buy. Well, I really don't want to have that bias anymore. Okay, the only reason price might be able to go lower to this area is if we take out this low right here. This low right here. So that's for TWT. I don't know what coin is that. These coins are getting so much. First wonder, how many should I look into? Let's take it from there. How many should I look into?
I think two is enough. Just two more.
Two is enough. Okay.
Just for let's so let's have.
I want to take a look at one
Shiba.
forex pair
I think
also.
Shiba is one of
Okay, let's
the
have
points of
Shiba.
interest these days. We can have GBP.
First wonder, I forgot to tell you, I saw one video circulating on WhatsApp. Okay, this Shiba, you know, this woman, she was thanking God about Shiba, you know. 5K,
yeah,
50K.
5,000,
I was like,
230K. No be
wow,
juju.
this crypto market, no, juju, big technical analysis and small juju, sprinkle of juju.
No, it's not even technical analysis.
But responded, do you think she really cashed out that money?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
As long as the hype was there.
So it doesn't actually matter whether it actually happened or not. The point of the matter is
Shiba Inu as 1,000 Shiba. Try to like cut the zeros out of the figure. Okay, so this is Shiba. Okay, looking at Shiba, we're basically in an uptrend. We are just caught up within this range, right? So nothing really fancy on Shiba. We're just caught up within this range because if we take a look at it from this low, this is a low, this is a high, this is a higher low, higher high. This region right here is a higher low, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, same level, okay, same level. So every single thing going on inside this is for a potential reaction. Potential reaction, possibly we might be looking to get into this level for a buy reaction. Okay, looking to get into that level for a buy reaction. That means we're basically taking out this low, and we're looking to take out this low. Okay, so we're looking to take out this low. So we might just see something like this. I could be wrong also. I'm not a god at this, just the regular guy. Okay. We might just see something like this. Then we come. Now you see, I wanted to tell you guys something on this price reaction. There's no good anywhere on our caps, on our cappings. Okay. So I wanted to explain something to my own guys, but I feel I should explain it here. I can explain to them privately later. There's something about price, if you've noticed. I don't know, possibly I figured it out myself. I don't know if you figured it out yourself also. See, if price moves impulsively in a direction, it takes a long period of time for price to move against it to fulfill the move against it, then moves impulsively. I don't know if you've discovered it, like if you've realized it before, but I will show you on a few financial instruments. Oh, sorry, I was not supposed to leave everything. Right after this, I'll show you. This is just like open your mind to how the market works. After an impulse, expect a correction. A correction that will be very, very slow, that take a long period of time before it delivers literally halfway the impulse, then pumps again. That's how the market works. That's how price moves, basically. Okay, so this is what we have on Shiba right here. You can see price trading to this area, then pump up. Then the last one I'll be checking is the forex space. So I saw two guys drop the financial instrument I trade the most, GBP USD. Okay, so I will not be marking GBP USD from the top. I basically have something on GBP USD. I have something on GBP USD, not this one.
GBP power to BP.
Okay, yeah, great. So this is it. So every single markout on GBPSD, like every single thing right here was done last week for, I'm not sure, some people remember that I held a boot camp, a smart money boot camp. I'm holding a smart money boot camp with Rosie, okay? So this was like the end product of one of our analysis. I just want to explain it. Now, you see, everybody's looking to buy GBP. I'm okay with the fact that everybody's looking to buy GBP. I'm not trying to impose my thoughts on you, but understand something. GBP USD is in a bearish trend. One, DXY, the dollar index, it is still way bullish. It is still way bullish, like way bullish. So why would you want to buy GBP USD? Just understand that every buy reaction on GBP USD is to give the buyers, okay, for the market to be balanced, we have to have buying and selling pressure, okay? So it is just to give the market a balance into every single thing that is happening, okay? So now, understanding this, let's take a look at let's look at it from the 1 hour perspective. So I called GU on the webinar, like on the, when we were in the meeting talking about, I called the shorts, okay? I told them GU will go up on Monday, then drop like throughout the week before we have another rally. Okay, so we had that pump, and I got in on the 15-minute time frame right here. I got in on I made like 3 hours from it, 3 hours instead of the 7 hour. I have that rule of taking out all my trades at 3 hours.
How did you make this money?
Then I had a major buy limit order, but it never got to it. When price reacted away from it, I knew like if I didn't get another entry, I'm fucked up. Like I would miss out on GBP USD totally. So what I just did was I looked for a re-entry in New York session the next day for a buy. So I could have held the whole buy, but I don't trust GBP USD. That's one thing. GBP USD is one of those USD pairs that will literally slap you around if you don't understand how it moves. ERUSD is still more straightforward than GBP. My own thoughts, my thoughts. Okay, I'm not imposing it on anybody. Before I jack me for my status, I never reached that level. So basically, I got it on the long and I got 3R also from this 7R. I didn't wait for it to be out, but I just think it was these two candles. Then I wanted to get the re-entry the next day at this POIs, but I didn't get any. Then I got a re-entry on Friday. I got a re-entry on Friday. Yeah, I basically closed the trade out on that same Friday. Before I now got it on the gold trade, I got tagged in on the gold trade. I didn't get a second entry also back on GB because I felt it could like drop them a re-entry again and go up. But I didn't get it. So the idea or the bias is understanding GBPSD is buying because of DXY is trying to reprice, like trying to look for cheaper prices before it goes back up. Just makes me understand G will either react from this area. Let me call out the number. The level is, the coordinate is 1.37812. That's the coordinate. Okay. First, I'm trying to drop it in the chat box. First POI for GU cells is, then the second POI for GU cells is this area right here. This one right here. This one right here. Although the whole idea is I could be wrong. The price could react from none and still go up, or price could react from or anyone and still go down. It all depends. It all depends. So basically, this is just to give you an insight into what I see. This is to give you an insight into what I see, not telling you, okay, you have to go and mark it up. Don't mark it up on your charts. Just keep the prices in mind. And when it reacts from any one of them, you are lucky if you get tagged into the trade. So basically, that's just what I think on GU. And the fact I know GU is bearish, I know GU is bearish long term, okay? So it's not something I just woke up one morning and said bearish. No. It's from a monthly bias, starting from a monthly bias. So I just understand what I'll be doing for months instead of going to start my analysis from the monthly or weekly, daily. I just start my analysis on 4 hour, and I understand what I should be looking for. So that's literally how it goes. That's how it works. Nothing difficult, very, very simple and easy. Okay. So I hope an insight into the price projections will help you better your trading decisions next week. The market is filled with a lot of things. Prince Wonder, do you think we should give anybody an opportunity to like talk? Do you think there's a need to give anybody an opportunity to like talk?
Yes, definitely. We should try that for a change. It's been a while.
It's been a while. So Joshua, you have your hands raised up. So Prince Wonder will send you an invite to unmute yourself. So you guys can unmute yourself. Anybody at all?
So,
oh, Joseph, sorry, Joseph Ajayi, not Joshua. I'm very sorry. Or anybody at all can just unmute themselves and speak.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
On the convo.
Can you hear me, sir?
We spend. Yeah, good evening, buddy. Trust you're doing good. Yes, doing quite well.
Yeah, very fine. Thanks for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. I actually wanted you to look into dots, like polka dots initially, because I've been hearing a lot of hype about dot lately. But the confusing part, even though the fundamental analysis around dots these days, I don't know if you've been following polka dot, but it has been very strong. But somebody, a guru like you, said something which actually did convince me.
Wait. You don't do mistake for that side. I think God beg you. I don't come on. Wait. I think God beg you. I don't come on for all those mastery something. You see, my own issue now, you see, make my trade hit take profit. I don't know whether I don't want sniper against it. Make it just activate, make it go take profit. I mean, make it go stop. I know the guru. I don't come on for all those gurus.
I know I see the guru. I don't.
Yeah, I know they follow anybody. Jag master. In fact, now demo account by the trade.
Your action is speaking already now.
Which action? Which action? No, which action? No,
okay,
talk to me. Which action?
No, swap brain. Maybe give me your own brain.
Maybe swap. It be like Sakwa text.
Okay,
so
so my question here is that the person said we are going to see a parabolic bull run for dots the way Soul happened. So I was not like, why will you say such a thing? Is there something technical analysis is showing you that is not showing others, or is it just the fundamental analysis around it that just made you to assume to say that that is what I don't really understand, because everybody dots.
I am switching my charts to a dot chart, okay? Since I think dot is the main soul as well. I'm switching my charts to a dot chart. Okay, so basically, you guys see, I once had a long position on dots. Like I once had a long position and I got stopped out. Okay. So he said if we are going to have a parabolic trend, okay. Let me just break that down. Do you see a reason for having a parabolic trend on dots? Look at the chart closely. Look at the chart closely. Do you see a reason to have a parabolic trend on dots? Do you see a reason? Joseph, omit yourself. Omit yourself. Do you see a reason to have a parabolic trend on dots? Do you see a reason to?
Well,
just look at it closely. Take your time. Take your time. You don't see a reason, right?
Yes, sir. I don't see a reason actually.
Okay, good. You've answered your question. You know, I said something about subscribing to people's bias. It can be wrong. It can be wrong. I said something on my status yesterday when I posted gold. Yes, gold. You can see a buy and I see a sell. And the most amazing thing about the financial market is it will deliver both sides. And you might end up not making profit at all. The idea is understanding your own reason, not other people's reason. Dot is basically like an area of resistance. Am I lying? This is resistance, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? So do you see, what reason do you see for it breaking higher? Do you see any support nearby? This is support here, right?
Yes, sir.
This is an R flip. But do you think, is it at support for you to think of a push higher? No. Basically, all you need to do is flow with the trend of the market. Resistance, you short. Support, we look for reasons to buy, not just blindly shorting support and resistance.
I understand, sir.
I hope you get. And Funsha also is a student of mine, actually. He's a very, very great guy. Knows a lot about the crypto space also. And you can read on his bias in the chat box also. He dropped something amazing in the chat box.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I'll check it out.
You're very much welcome. You're very much welcome. You see, for price to continue going higher, there needs to be discount. For price to continue going lower, there needs to be a bit of premium. Okay. So for Bitcoin to go higher, what do you think we need at this moment? Discount. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. So Joseph, I believe I answered your question. Okay.
Yes, very well, sir. Very well, sir.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Where we spend, you know, on the numbers, we spend 45 minutes. We are giving a grace of like 30 minutes more today. Okay, a grace of like 30 minutes more today. Okay. Anybody else? Yeah, for sure. Please unmute yourself. I'll be glad to have you online. I'll be glad to have you talk.
No, God, good evening, sir.
Hey, boss man. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good to see your face, my God. Yeah, I've been having this kind of thinking. Okay, before I say anything, because I the guy that talked about dots. Right now, about that guy, I will rather wait for dots to come down a little bit before I buy.
Exactly.
Because right now it's kind of expensive and very close to the all-time high.
Very, very overpriced.
Very, very, yes. But dots, you know, most of the time cryptocurrency is all about fundamentals. Sometimes she get this dot of it, and it's something that if it comes down a little, you can buy more and dollar cost average. But there's that tendency that in the next 2 or 3 weeks, dot is going to break another all-time high. because there's going to be a parachain option whereby a lot of people buy dots, like millions of dots. So people don't have choice. Are you getting? One thing about cryptocurrency is people shall want to make money. Now she get nobody cares about anything. So that's that. Yeah, my question is
one thing I've noticed is I'm very, very crazy when it comes to technical analysis. God knows that people can even attest to it. But I feel my TA doesn't work well the way it works in the forex market on crypto. Then I've tend to understand that it's all about how I would like to say about this time around, by research, how you can like research on a certain ecosystem on a certain point, like not just read up white paper and all. That's just the surface. Like go deep, join communities, get to understand their perspective. That's the truth about it.
In fact,
I won't lie, that's just the truth about it.
Boss, sorry for this. I just think probably one or two people might get something from it. When I noticed DOT yesterday, I realized that there's a particular one thing about cryptocurrency is this: if the blockchain is actually pumping, the best thing someone should go and do is actually go and look for low market cap, the ecosystem of that particular blockchain. I get it. Now, I was able to take a trade yesterday, 2 days ago, concerning Poker Starter. I realized that Poker Starter is a launchpad and they're hosting some projects. So we bought that Poker Starter, and within 2 days, sir, we were able to realize like 40 to 50%. So cryptocurrency is all about hype. That's that. Now, my question is concerning the Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is too high, really, really, really high right now. Bitcoin is pumping. Altcoins, they are just stagnant, honestly. And I was thinking that, do you think when Bitcoin drops, there's a tendency that the altcoins will also drop more? So probably, I don't know, maybe there'll be a correction in the Bitcoin dominance or not.
See, the thing is, I'm not really familiar with I would like Prince Wonder to answer this question, but it's raining in Abuja right now, where he stays in Abuja, and the network is very, very bad. So, but what I can say is basically,
I'm here. Let me handle that.
Okay, great.
All right. Now, you're asking if it's possible for alternate coins to drop lower. Should Bitcoin actually dump from here? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, it is very possible, yeah? It is very possible for that to happen, although unlikely, but it is very possible. The thing is, when Bitcoin moves, yeah, alternate coins tend to react, especially the USDT pair these days. As Bitcoin is going up, they are following it. Some of them could pump more, some would actually just do a little thing and end it there. Yeah. But as Bitcoin goes, they usually follow. Yeah. If Bitcoin starts to drop, obviously Bitcoin will not be going up, and then you expect alternate coins to still be Bitcoin will not be coming down, and then you expect alternate coins to continue going up. Some of them might actually defy Bitcoin and actually do that, but it's unlikely that Bitcoin will be dumping and then you see alternate coins pumping. No, it doesn't actually work like that. Even if the idea is money flows out of one to go into another, the money does not flow out and then just go in there immediately. The market has to settle down before the money goes in. Yeah. So even if Bitcoin is going to drop, alternate coins are going to have that retrace, pullback, sell off, whichever one. And then probably when Bitcoin is a little stable, they could actually have their own comeback. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wonder, for that. Thank you very much. So, anybody else with a question? Tari, have you got a question? Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Sorry, I want to ask a very funny question, but it has been in me since. So, we said crypto market is all about buying cryptocurrencies. Can you hear me?
A minute, please. Let me mute. Tari, can you mute yourself, please? Corey, mute yourself, please. Please mute yourself. technology. Great. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So thank you very much, sir. So they said crypto market is all about buying and selling. So why is it that immediately most times when Bitcoin dominance was actually very okay, even now, say when Bitcoin corrects a little, almost all the alternate coins too correct. Is it that they are pulling funds immediately? I don't know. Is it that the same money in Bitcoin
Let
is
me
the
ask you
same?
a question. Let me ask you a question.
Okay, okay, sir.
If your papa where they bring money come house, they call can for work. Hungry no go beat all of now for house.
Yeah, that one is sure. Hunger will beat us,
So
sir.
I don't understand.
No, but sir, the thing is, it happens immediately. Is it that the same set of people investing in Bitcoin are the same set of people investing in
It doesn't
altcoin?
have
Because
to be the same set of people. The thing is, the market is entwined with each other now. It's one market. You're the one looking at it as separate entities. But the truth is, you're looking at one asset individually. A lot of other people are looking at them collectively. Yeah, there's a reaction correlation between Bitcoin and the rest of them. If Bitcoin starts to dump, Bitcoin is the one trading the major money now. If you remove the head, the rest of the body will not survive now.
I understand, sir.
So if Sunday beats the head, if not only head Sunday beats, now the rest of the body they get fever.
I understand, sir.
So that's just
Thank you very. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody else with any other question?
Nobody else. It's night. People are going to church tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're going to have another session
Okay.
of chat and chill
Next week.
Saturday, like we always do, 9 p.m. promptly. So you can prepare your questions. You can prepare everything you want to talk about, everything you want to ask pertaining to next week's topic, and then we'll address them accordingly. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for coming out tonight. It's been an interesting one with you guys as always. Have a good evening and happy trading next week.
Okay. Good day, folks. Good luck and good trading. Catch you next week, Saturday. Peace.